So this is my parents' side-by-side, and today we decided to go for a little drive. We're going to explore the backcountry, an area that we spend a lot of time in the summer fishing. So we're going to have an open fire, but we're also going to cook a great meal over that fire, and we're going to bring you along in this journey and this wonderful day, wonderful experience, see some scenery, and hopefully we'll see some wildlife. So let's go. We're leaving town and we're entering the trail system. This trail system was owned and operated by the Snowmobile Association. So it's a groomed trail in the winter, and in the off season, well, we can use it for ATV and side-by-side. This trail system was actually the Newfoundland Railway, and Newfoundland Railway operated between 1898 and 1988. During World War II, Americans had air bases set up here on the island, Gander, Labrador, in Goose Bay, and also in Placentia Bay. They also add some offices in St. John's, the capital. But why this is important is because in 1941, two very famous people came to Newfoundland to sign the Atlantic Charter, and that was Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Could you imagine? A lot of people in the province don't even realize that these two well-known, worldwide known, famous individuals were here in 1941 to sign the Atlantic Charter to help the Allies in the battle over in Europe. And that's amazing. That's amazing to know that these two people were actually here on our island. And another important fact, back in the late 1930s and early 1940s, AT&T, along with the United States Army, put a telephone line right across the island. And they used the railway to put down the poles right next to the railway. The railway was used to carry supplies to those air bases. Would come to Newfoundland in ships and use the railway to bring those supplies to the Americans, which then took the supplies overseas. And where this railway was on the interior, it was protected from any attacks from the German U-boats that was always in the waters around Newfoundland. Quick, hold my coffee! I gotta get this on video! Do you see what I see? Do you see these animals? Look! There's one male and two females. Do you know what this animal is? Please leave it in the comments. Let me know if you know what these animals are. They are native to Newfoundland, but I can guarantee you, I know what you're thinking. And we don't live that far north. We do not live in the backyard of Santa Claus. But do you know what this animal is? And it's not a moose. Moose is not native to Newfoundland, but we'll talk about that in another video. Do you know what this animal is? Look at that stag. Look at the rack. Absolutely beautiful. Now, these animals are not the brightest. They're not that smart. Very easy to hunt, because if you happen to get them on the road, they'll run from you. But then it's like, oh, why am I running? They'll stop and turn around, look at you and say, oh, that's the reason I was running. And they'll start running again. They are not that bright. This is another female. Look how beautiful. Look at those colors. Absolutely magnificent. And they are very tasty. The meat is beautiful. The meat is delicious. But like I said, not that bright. You see her on the road. She knows where they're gone, but yet she decides to run down the road. I see the water. I see the beach. We are here. This is the largest lake on the island. It is Grand Lake, and we do our fishing along this lake in different spots. We actually found a secret spot that we're keeping very secret, that we're getting a lot of good, big, nice-sized trout, and we'll show you that again next summer. And we have the fire going. We're going to do a beautiful cook-up. Father got the bacon on. Can't have a cook-up in an iron frying pan without some delicious bacon. Look at that. We also throw in some bologna on the rack. Now I took my drone up in the air to get some aerial video, and Father going right to town. He's cooking, and we got some beautiful shots here. The trees, the water. It is absolutely beautiful. Sit back and enjoy. And we're back, and it smells delicious. Father there with the bacon, and he's putting some homemade baked beans. Now, we freeze our baked beans when we make it, and we make it from scratch. I have a beautiful video. Go check that out of making some homemade baked beans right from scratch. We freeze it, then we take it on trips like this. We got the bologna on the rack, and we got some bread toasting. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. Nothing better than an outdoor cook-up in an iron frying pan. And I'm scooping those beans in because they are amazing. My mother's baked beans is centuries old recipe. It is amazing. There is no better recipe than these homemade baked beans. And my brother's getting some as well. And my father's just packing the wood on. Our cooking is done. Now it's time to enjoy the feast. And Father digging in for some. These baked beans are amazing. I'm telling you, you got to watch the video and give that recipe a try. Let's get back to that fire. What a feed. We're having homemade baked beans, we're having bologna and bacon and toast. It's an absolute feed and absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoyed the wildlife, the scenery, and especially the cooking of a beautiful meal over this wonderful fire. And as you can see behind me, Father has lots of firewood, and we actually did a video right here of prepping for the winter here in Canada. So go check that video out. I think you're going to really enjoy it because Father is firewood guru.